what else changed to where he's now even going after the European countries as well, rather than just talking about free speech in America? What changed? Heyo, and welcome to today, where I didn't talk about this yesterday because it wasn't really the point of conversation, but Mark Zuckerberg, he came out recently talking about free speech on his platforms, which is pretty neat to dive into, but he also came out with a video of his own, which we're gonna go over a little bit of the clip and gonna talk a bit about it, So let us dive in.
First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote non-stop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms.
Okay, now what I want to bring up here, specifically here, is the term fact checker. Because I'm going to be honest, the whole entire past couple years with this whole entire fact checker term being here, I don't really know what it is or who it is. And I want to dive into that a little bit more later on. Gonna go over a news article, which I'm gonna bring it up because it's weird. Now, another thing I'm gonna be talking about here is how it is weird that Mark is trying to turn his products into X. A lot of people are bringing up the fact of how he's only doing it because Trump is in, which I do agree with. I mean, the fruits of the spirit here. He's only changing after Trudeau got elected, so it seems too close that he's doing this it seems too close to the election for him to not be doing this in cause of Trump being elected. It's weird as to how he's trying to copy what X is doing. And I'm gonna go over this a little bit later back into the news article because he's doing a lot of what Elon is doing. He's doing a lot of that copying going on there. I'm gonna dive a little bit further into that. Now, there's a little bit more to this video that I wanted to clip and show you guys, and let's go over that.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it.
I want to bring this point up because recently, Elon has went on his whole entire, I can't mention any of it on here, of course, but if you know what he's been talking about, you know what he's been talking about. He's been talking a lot about Britain, or about Europe, and it is odd as to how Mark is also, he's pro-free speech, like Elon. He's now going after the European countries for being against free speech, like Elon, and so it is my question is, what is going on here? What is the idea? Because Meta is still a liberal type company. You guys know it, I know it. They're still a liberal type company, whereas Elon Musk is proving to be, I mean, he's still liberal or Democrat or whatever term you want to use, but he is just more on the term of Constitution. Why is Mark trying to replicate Elon here? And I'm thinking he is trying to do it so that Elon has a harder time trying to expand his company. I'm assuming that as much because why else is he trying to do everything that Elon is doing? Is he doing it just because he wants to? Kinda doubt it, because he didn't have an issue with this a year ago, but now he's having an issue with it. What changed? Obviously, Trump is now in power, so that changed, but what else changed to where he's now even going after the European countries as well, rather than just talking about free speech in America? What changed? That would be the next question, which I'm assuming has to deal with company and how he's trying to expand his company continuously. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are down below at that. Now, want to dive into that news article that I mentioned earlier before. From the Newsweek, they are bringing up how Mark is copying Elon Musk, as now Facebook is becoming a free speech platform. Now, I'm not going to go over the whole entire article, going to go over a little bit of snippet, so once again, link will be down below. You can check out the full article if you want, but I'm going to go over a little bit of a section, and then I'm going to go a little bit above to a section that I really want to cover, because it strikes me different. Now, in a little section of a what to know, the article goes over, he also appeared to condemn the use of regulations to block debate, reflecting an increasingly pro-free speech attitude in Silicon Valley over recent years. Quote, what started as a movement to be more inclusive and increasingly has been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it has gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. It goes on further down, saying that the replacement of Clegg with Joel Kaplan with a staunch conservative signals the company's efforts to align itself more closely with the incoming Trump administration and to mend strained relations. And the other thing is that he's also moving his company from California to Texas, once again copying what Elon has done. And now, of course, as I just stated, he is also changing his whoever Clegg is with a staunch conservative. So he's clearly trying to align the company in conservative ideas so that it stays relevant, perhaps even. I'm thinking that maybe this could also come from the Blue Sky, as to how that whole entire X wannabe is just a whole entire thing for a bunch of crazy people to go on there and, I mean, if you've heard the videos as to what is going on Blue Sky, then you know what's going on in Blue Sky. It's a bunch of crazy people in there. And perhaps what Mark is trying to do by distancing with the liberal ideologues is by trying to create a less crazy place. But I mean, I won't know. The only thing is that people are noticing how it is in close connection with Trump getting in power, and it is also copying everything that Elon is doing. And so, is it because he wants to distance with liberals, or is it because he just wants to be more aligned with conservatives? For company's sake. Don't know. Now, a little bit above what I wanted to talk about was Zuckerberg added the fact-checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. Why I want to bring this up is, for the past 5 years, or whatever that these fact-checkers have been all about in the internet space, I always thought that the fact checkers were just like an automated thing, and like an algorithm. But the fact checkers are actually people? Who are these people? Why do these people get a blanket term just to hide their names? Does anybody know who these fact checkers are even? And how do we know that they have the facts? They don't, but I mean, does Zuckerberg even know who these fact checkers are? Who are they? Where did they come from? Who gave them this blanket statement name to be like, oh, they're fact checkers, they know the facts? Like, who are they? Who are they? We don't have names, we just call them fact checkers. What is their place in society? How do they know the facts? Seems to me like the government decided to put a little bit more hand into this, because Meta has fact checkers, and the media companies have fact checkers, so fact checkers are here, there, over here, but we don't know who the fact checkers are, but we just call them fact checkers. They're a blanket statement, they're a group, is what I'm trying to say. They are a group of people. Who are they? Does anybody know who these fact checkers are? They're just here. Who are they? We don't know. Now, I really wanted to bring that up because I originally thought that fact checkers was just an algorithm thing going on. But no, these are actual people who we don't know. They're just here knowing the facts, supposedly. Who are they? Who are they? We don't know. They're just called fact checkers. No name given. Now, just before I end off today's video, I was looking up a bunch of things for this video here, going over Mark Zuckerberg, and I saw a reaction from Asmongold, and I was like, you know what, this is kind of funny. I want to include it. You guys can perhaps laugh and, have a little bit of joy,
For free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there.
That's right! That's right! Yep! That's right, y'all need to wake the up over there! Yep! That's right, y'all... Well, how y'all let this happen? How you guys let this happen? They're running rules around you. They're telling you can't talk about people going to jail for tweets. What are y'all doing? How y'all let that happen over there? Y'all crazy? Look, quit being p***s. They putting us in jail? Maybe is there any oil in Europe? Maybe that could get us, that could give the government a reason to liberate Europe. Is there oil in Europe or not?
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was pretty funny. I had a good laugh when I first saw it, first listen to it. That's the proper English. Because I want to bring this up because I also thought about this. Is it only people who have been posting on X who have been getting arrested in Britain or the UK? Because I question, do people who post on Instagram get arrested as well? On Twitch? Or are any of these chatters on Twitch, do any of them get audited by the government and oh, you gotta get arrested in Britain? Does that happen to them? Or is it just people who post on X? And if so, why only X? It's not sure, the fact checkers do whatever they do, but it's not like they catch everything, and so surely there's stuff that people say on Instagram in Britain that is also apprehensive, so why is it only happening to people who are posting on X? What is happening with that? And now that Zuckerberg is going free speech, why is he all of a sudden turning against Britain? What's going on there? There's a little bit of tomfoolery going on about within the companies and government. But yeah, I think that is more or less all I had to say on this. Do I believe that he's actually changing? Potentially. I'm gonna be honest. I'm holding a glimmer of hope that Mark is actually changing towards more free speech and stuff. It could also be just because Trump is in, but to be frank, he has been doing a lot more conservative type moves for publicity's sake. So maybe he's actually changing towards being a conservative? I don't know. Wishful thinking. I'm not totally sure if this is actually a genuine change that is happening or it is purely because of company trying to make money. Could be both. Don't really know. Tell me what you guys are thinking down below. But until tomorrow, I hope that you have a good one.